Alright, what is up, guys? This video that I'm going to put on shortly is going to be on how I made this cup. To be honest with you, when I first started the cup, trying to make this look like a tie-dye type of cup without using the epoxy mixed in with it. Most of the YouTube videos on there, or videos in general, they show you with the tie-dye mixing in with the epoxy, which looks really great. I just wanted to try to attempt to do something a little different. Plus, I don't like the epoxy being too thick, because when you mix it with epoxy, then you got to put epoxy back over it to block it in. But I like a nice thin coat of epoxy. So anyway, it doesn't look like tie-dye to me. So I really wasn't sure what to call the video. I was going to call it tie-dye, but that's not going to work. I was going to call it like a patina, a colored patina look, but I don't really think that's appropriate either. So what I'm going to call this one is stained glass cup, something like that, something like a stained glass, because it actually looks very similar to stained glass. I'm going to try to show you if I could try to zoom in on it. There's also glitter on there, so after I use the alcohol inks to achieve this look, I sprayed the glitter on it and then put epoxy on top of the whole thing. But you'll see that in the video coming up. Alright, so if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're not, thanks for coming by. So here it is, it's all taped off, and we have the vinyl on there, so that when we're done doing this tie-dye blended color effect, whatever you want to call it, when we're done doing that, I should be able to pull this E off, and then I'll have stainless steel underneath it. I like to do this with every one of my cups to put it on there. Alright, so we're going to take this outside and spray the primer on it. Let's do it. So here it is, primed, and it's all ready to go. So I'm going to let this dry for a couple hours, maybe 2 hours. This isn't an alcohol solvent spray, so it shouldn't affect it at all, but 2 coats of primer, and that's it. When we come back, we're going to try these inks. I have 3 of them here. I think, I'm not really sure, I think it's Jim Holtz alcohol ink. We have indigo. And this one is Mermaid, and this one is Sailboat Blue. So this stuff dries pretty quick, so let's just see what we got here. Let's take all the caps off these. those on right now. Put the cap back on. And this should look pretty cool once I put the ink on it. Just fill that in there like that. Well, I guess that really doesn't matter. We're just going to leave that there. I think that's going to happen as we move along. I'm sure that's going to happen a lot because it's ink, so it's very thin. It wants to drip. But we're going to go back over that anyway, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. Maybe it will. I don't know. So you kind of get the idea of what I'm doing here. I'm going to try to blot the big runs out of the way. I don't really think it's a big deal, but that dries super fast. So it's just so I got the cup totally covered in the alcohol inks. Okay, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take the alcohol ink and I'm going to go over it again, but I'm going to kind of drag it and pull it. Alright, so it's coming out much better like this. I'm taking the alcohol ink and just dragging it and pushing it down the whole cup so everything is going in one direction. I don't want to go left to right, I want it to go up and down. So let me just take a second here, let me just pick a spot and I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. So let's pick this one right here. Putting it on, kind of heavy, to where it's wants to drip, but not yet. Okay, the ink is staying still, and then I'm just taking a rag and I'm patting it because I want some of that white to show through, more of a tie-dye type of look. And once you pat it, it may seem really bright at first, but then it just all kind of blends together. So I really like the way this is coming out. So I'm gonna go over it a couple more times. And the vinyl is still on there. The ease there, hopefully the ink didn't go underneath it. And so I'm just gonna do a last minute check on the cup and do some more of the blue because it wants to be she wants it to be predominantly blue. So I'm gonna go back over some of this green stuff, well, greens and blues, and that's it. And then we're gonna spray an acrylic clear coat on top of this to lock the ink in. Here it is. Can't see if the you can see the light's a little difficult right now, but this is it with the tape off of it. So the running down thing that I did when I dragged the ink down really helped out a lot, I think, as far as how I wanted the cup to look. It almost looks like a patina finish, which I may even title the video. But all in all, it looks really, really good. I could definitely say it's a little bit more difficult probably to do it this way instead of putting it on a cup turner like most of the people do, and they put epoxy on it and then just kind of drop it in there. So maybe I'll try that next time, but I guess this was an experience. But I like it. Came out really, really nice. And so now we're just going to epoxy it. And then that's it. Alright, I'll show you what it looks like with the epoxy at the end of the video. Alright, so last minute kind of thing. I taped it all off. I'm going to put metallic on this cup, which more and more is looking like stained glass or something like that, but the customer's request was to put metallic on this, so I taped it back up. I'm going to put metallic on it. Even though the E is showing through, I'm going to put metallic all over the whole thing, so I think it'll look pretty good. Alright, so let's get to metallic coat. So here it is with the metallic on it. I think it's about dry. It should be. Pull that off. Pull the bottom one off. And get it ready for a coat of epoxy on top. Let's see. Alright, there it is. And stained glass cup. and how it looks before epoxy. Right, I'm going to retape it, use some new tape, and get ready to protect it. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you're not, I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you have any questions, comments, please write them below.